Coffee Break with V. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Today I'm here with part 3 of my decluttering series 2017. In case you're unfamiliar, decluttering is basically when you go through your makeup collection and just let go of products that no longer work for you, that are expired, that you've grown apart from, that just don't fit into your life anymore, into your makeup lifestyle. So if you guys have been following this series, we already did primers, foundations, concealers, powders, brow products, eyelid primers, paint pots, all sorts of eyeliners, liquid liners. Like, can you see that little organizer back there? That one? It's like empty now. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out a different way of displaying that area so it doesn't look so bare. I guess I could just block it with my head like this. Hey. So, part 3, we're gonna do palettes, eyeshadow palettes, And I was kind of wary to do this video because I was like, man, that video's gonna be like 2 hours long. But when I was looking at my actual eyeshadow palette section, I don't have that many. Is that weird? Okay, I mean, obviously I have enough. God, it's like my Pinocchio is getting the best of me. It's like, don't be a liar, Dani. I don't have as many as you would think, I think, is what I'm going for. But, of course, like in every declutter video, how many times is Dani clap? No. In every declutter video, I tell you guys the disclaimer of, I am a beauty blogger, it is my job, I do receive a lot of product, I buy most of it still because I'm kind of a maniac. It doesn't mean it sucks. Any products that make it behind me to this display where I keep my permanent staples are products that at one point, you know, served a purpose I really loved, I really liked, they were in monthly favorites, but it's just kind of gotten to the point where I have something similar already where it doesn't work for me anymore, where someone else can benefit from it. I also get the question a lot of what I do with the makeup that I get rid of. I donate some of it, I give some of it away, it definitely does not go in the trash unless it's expired, so it does find a new loving home. So I think I've covered all bases. So just because I'm getting rid of it doesn't mean it sucks. Keep that in mind, because I get that question a lot, like, oh my god, I thought you loved it, you had it in a favorites video. Oh no. If it's back there, at some point in time, I loved it. In fact, I may even still be letting it go while loving it because I have something already that I love more or that is very similar to it. So, again, my philosophy is it's just stuff. I could lose it all tomorrow and it's just stuff. It's not what makes me happy. I mean, rewind, makeup makes me very happy, but it's not like the end all be all for me. I guess at the end of the day, it is just makeup, it is just stuff, so I could lose it all tomorrow, and it's not really gonna define who I am, what I feel, how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm saying. So, let's go ahead and get started. Option, right? I mean, the sound's probably gonna be better. I'll have autofocus. I'm using my other camera. You may get a lucky panty shot. I mean, whatever. Maybe it's your lucky day, you guys. So, we're gonna start from back and then move to the front, which is what you guys always see in the background of my videos. But what you don't see in some of my videos is like my Vice palette collection, which I'm totally gonna go through, but I'm not really gonna get rid of anything because let's be honest, like it's a Vice collection. You don't get rid of your Vice palettes, you guys. Actually, I did actually get rid of one not too long ago. It was the one in like the chartreuse cover. I kind of regret letting it go. It wasn't a very good palette, but I really, really liked it. So the first one here is an Urban Decay Urban Spectrum eyeshadow palette. It's so pretty, you guys. I really like this one. So that's the Urban Spectrum. Really like it. I hate the packaging. Like, it's supposed to be a jewelry case, but really, like, what are you put jewelry, you travel with it, but then what do you do with this? Like, what's the haps? Like, what does that mean? Here's the mirror too. I'm so out of breath because UPS just came and left. Let me get my handy dandy basket ready over here so that I can drop in the palettes that I'm not going to be using or keeping. This is the Vice Reloaded. Really like this palette. There's a color in here that is just amazing. But if you can tell, like most of my palettes, there are some palettes that don't even get used, or some colors that aren't even used. This was the Vice 2. Thanks to this palette, I did a whole bunch of tutorials on my channel using this palette. This is the Vice 2. This is a palette that really helped my videos get noticed. So people were looking for tutorials and they stumbled upon me. Boy, were they surprised. This is the Vice. I think it's just the original Vice. Honestly, I don't even know, you guys. But the packaging is pretty beautiful, isn't it? And then, I don't even know which Vice is which Vice, like, honestly. I think like at the end of it all, like they all just kind of start looking like each other, and it's like, really? Can you really tell the difference, Dani? Don't lie. Then down here, I have 2 additional palettes, and they're both from Urban Decay. This is the full spectrum palette. This is the one that has more of like the matte, vibrant shades, which obviously I need in my life. Then we have the Moon Dust, which shamefully has never been used. Brand new palette, it's never been touched. I like Moon Dust shadows. Like, I love Urban Decay's Moon Dust shadows. I have too many. Can you guys see them in there? I have too many to name. Love them, love them, love them to death. But they don't get used. They don't get used as often as I wish. This is another palette that I have, and there's no way I would ever get rid of this palette, like ever. This is a few of my favorite things. When Too Faced started to do those really nice holiday palettes before they all started to look the same, I think this is the last one they did with like any sort of creativity left in it. So if you guys can see those colors, isn't it stunning? I love this palette. I love the quality too. They're super, super buttery. So we're keeping that. Have I gotten rid of anything? Like, you guys, have I really? I think I should get closer to you guys. Is that better? I might have to hunch down, but I feel like I'm way too far. Okay, moving on. This is a Makeup Forever Volume 4, which by the looks of it, it's totally loved, and you guys need it. If you guys like cool shadows, this is a really good palette. It's a really great traveling palette, too. You have so many options using all those matte shadows. These are my 2 from Juvia's Place, which I don't feel like a true Juvia fan since I'm missing 2 of her palettes. I need the other 2, you guys. Obviously, I need them. But you know what's funny is my organization is kind of kicked into high gear when her palettes are all different sizes. So it kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety is the wrong word. It would be kind of trivializing the word, but it makes me uncomfortable that all of her palettes are different sizes. All of them are. The original Nubian, it's like half the size. Anyway, this camera confuses me because I like look at the viewfinder and I should be looking at you guys, but at least it tells me that my hair is messed up. Just saying. Priorities, you guys. Priorities. These are the Estee Edit palettes from Estee Lauder, the new, well, I guess Estee Edit is the brand. Do you guys see something unique out of this palette? Do you guys notice it? So they sent me this palette as a sample, but the 2 bottom colors here are the same. Do you see that? They're the same eyeshadow, just double. And so I haven't actually used this palette. I don't even know if it's good quality or I would actually like it or enjoy it. I don't know, what do we think? It's okay, right? It doesn't seem like it would. It doesn't seem like a palette that I would like really go, I don't know, that I would be like, oh, I wonder how that palette's doing. Like, I kind of want to whip it out and use it. How does that look? I don't know. I'm having kind of like one of those days where I'm a little not motivated to get rid of things, but let's be cutthroat because that's how I was in other videos. So this is not doing it for me. It magnetizes to the back palette, which is a face palette, which I told you guys the top highlighter in here is beautiful, especially for fair to light skin tones. But if I'm gonna keep a palette for 1 highlighter when there's 6 in the pan, it's not worth keeping. That's a lot of real estate, you guys. I don't know, what do we think? Is it growing on us? Is it growing? I kind of like that bottom one. It's like purple and blue duochrome. I don't think I've ever seen purple and blue duochrome. Anyway, moving on. This is my MAC palette that I made on my own. So they're all MAC single shadows. Obviously, if I bought each one individually, it's because I really like them. And I'm not going to get rid of like individual pots. That would just be really confusing. Then my Gorgeous Cosmetics. Oh, I love this palette. This palette is one of my absolute favorites. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set it aside right in front of me because it's a neutrals palette. And with neutrals, you can't have that many, you know what I'm saying? So even though I love it, I might find something that I love more. This is the Ulta and Miss Jen Fabulous eyeshadow palette. Is a collaboration with Miss Jen Fabulous, which is a nail, well, she's a beauty vlogger, but she's more like nail specific. I really like this palette, but this one actually kind of reminds me a little bit of maybe the Peanut Butter palette or the Modern Renaissance. So again, I'm gonna put it in front of me, and when I get to something similar, then I'll decide if I'm gonna keep it or not. Master Palette by Mario. Oh, come on. Did I talk about this in like every single video for like 3 months? That's definitely a keeper. Modern Renaissance is in my top 3 favorite palettes of all time. If you guys haven't had a chance to get your hands on this palette, you are missing out on life. I have a review on it that I will link in the description box. It's one of the best palettes. One of the best palettes ever. Only one of the eyeshadows in here is chalky and dusty, but it doesn't matter. Like it could literally have shards of glass in it and I would still use this palette. Like that's how amazing it is. But let's see a side by side with the Miss Gen Fab and the Modern Renaissance. I don't know, you guys. Are they kind of similar? What do we think? I think like they are similar enough where I would just forget to use one versus the other. So what I'm gonna do is, I really like this palette and I really like Jenny too. Sorry, Jenny. Cutthroat. Cutthroat, Jenny. Where does it say modern anywhere on here, you guys? Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. I know you guys are probably gonna faint, but I like this palette. I like it a lot, but I don't like it enough where I don't like it so much where like it would take place of another neutrals palette. Does that make sense? I don't know. I have a review on it on my channel as well. Actually, I have a review in English and Spanish. If you guys don't know, I have a Spanish channel, which gets neglected sometimes. But I did a review on it. I like the palette. I like it a lot, but again, it's one of those palettes that doesn't really inspire me too much because it's a little, I don't know, boring. So I'm gonna put it in front of me and then decide at a later date. This is the Shan XO collaboration with BH Cosmetics. I really like Shannon and I do love her eyeshadow palette. I kind of wish it wasn't attached to the lipsticks because the lipsticks are kind of a little messy. They're really emollient and super creamy, which I love and appreciate, but I wish they weren't attached because I could do without the lipsticks and just use the eyeshadows. See, the eyeshadows are stunning. The formula is actually really nice as well. So that's gonna go in the Think It pile in front of me. Moving on, this is the Shade and Light. Oh, come on. You guys know how I feel about this palette. There's no way this palette is gonna find a new home. The only place it belongs is in my heart. I just got eyeshadow all over my legs. Now I'm gonna have like glittery, like shimmer legs. And then a collectible, hello. This palette, man, people were getting into fights for this palette. This is a palette from Kat Von D. It was limited edition. It's the Mi Vida Loca palette. It's basically a color spectrum. Actually, if I'm gonna keep this, do I really wanna keep this one? Are we gonna be that cutthroat, you guys? I think we are. I think we're gonna be that cutthroat. Oh man, what about this other one back here? Let's see. This is more of like a jewel tones. I hate the packaging though. It really, like, okay, it's gonna make me sound crazy, but it kind of pisses me off. I'm gonna pass on the full spectrum from Urban Decay since I have this one and this one. I mean, the formula of the Kat Von D powder shadows is... Interpret that, you guys. Then top drawer. I'm not doing single shadows in this video, otherwise it would be way too long. Top drawer, I have my Tartelette in Bloom, which is again one of my top 3 favorite eyeshadows of all time, or eyeshadow palettes, so that's a for sure keeper. Then I have 2 palettes from the Solo Look. Solo Look is a really cool brand. They've recently started releasing kind of like 80s movie themed palettes, and they're super nice. The formula of these shadows is unlike most shadows. They're very pigmented, very soft and creamy, and they're those eyeshadows that you could use like with your finger and just they leave amazing, amazing, amazing color. Like deposit amazing color on the skin. Definitely my favorites. This is the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. Again, another neutrals mattes palette, like neutral mattes. We're gonna set that guy aside. So there's 3 in the neutral mattes pile already. Then we have the Pure. This is Pure Minerals. I guess they redid their name. I think they're just called Pure, like Pure Cosmetics now. This is the Soul Mattes palette. It's a really beautiful palette, one of my absolute favorites. So I'm definitely gonna think about this one because it may remind me of a palette, and I'll tell you when I get to it. A palette that I would never, ever pass on, ever. And I'm not a fan of saying never, but this is the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. This was before Kat Von D redid all of her eyeshadows. Same amazing formula, but the format of her eyeshadow palettes was very different. I love how it opens flat. And so one of my favorite palettes. I mean, it wouldn't be like a top 3 holy grail status because it's limited edition and I couldn't do that to myself, but it's definitely an amazing palette. You can't get it anymore. Kat Von D, you should really consider relaunching that guy. Then we have a little Smashbox palette. I think they released like 12 of these, but I only kept one of them and I gave all the others away. This is the matte palette. Why did I keep the matte one? Out of all the ones that I could have kept, I kept the matte one because apparently I needed another matte eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna put that in the all matte eyeshadow palette. Then we have the 3 Meet Matte palettes from The Balm. Meet Matte Adore, Nude, and Matrimony. This is a triad of palettes. They're from the brand The Balm, and all of the shadows are named after men. So, Meet Matte Nude, I believe, is the first one that they released. I believe. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. So Meet Matte Nude is the first one that they released, and that's what it looks like. Then after that one, they did Matrimony, which is this one. This one has like more of like a burgundy and pinkish, more like a feminine quality to it. And then the most recent one is Meet Matte Adore. This one's a little bit more warm. I don't even know if it would be warm. There's only a couple in here that are warm, but I feel like it's a little bit more of a, I don't know what I'm trying to say, you guys. So actually let's put them all together. I hope I can get this in frame and then we can get a better feel. I feel almost tempted to not get rid of any of these because I'm a compulsive palette keeper. Apparently that's the theme of this video, but let's try our best. We're totally gonna get nails in these eyeshadows, you guys. Do you see me struggling? Okay, so what do they look like? Do they look similar or do they all look very different? Honestly, I don't know if I'm ready to make this big of a life choice right now, but I do feel like these are probably the 2 that are the most similar. Meet Matte Nude and Meet Matte Adore. All right, we're not gonna commit to this right now. Wait, we have to though, Dani. This one's really pretty. How about this one? This one's okay. I don't know if it's that great. I really like this one though. All right, we're just gonna have to think about it. Sorry guys, I wish I was a little more cutthroat. Moving on to the little quads from Kat Von D. They're these little quads right here. I have all 4, and I think there's only 4, right? Or are there more? I was only sent 4, so honestly I can't tell you if there are more, but I certainly don't need all 4. And they're all mattes. So you know how I feel about the whole matte situation. Oh, I'm actually gonna give this one to my mom. She had this whole conversation with me the other day about she believes that we're getting robbed and we need to have like a monochromatic black palette. And I was like, what are you talking about, Mom? She's like, yeah, no one's ever done like a monochromatic black palette where all of the colors are like black and then different versions of gray. I was like, you think that would actually get anywhere? But my mom did this like gray charcoal smoky eye for like 25 years of her life. So I can see her fascination, but I should have given her this, and it's actually brand new. This is the Quad in Smoke. So we're gonna let go of that one because I'm not a big fan of gray smoky anything. I do it, but it's just not like my ultimate must. This is the one in Sage. Super pretty, but I used it once and I just use like one color in the palette. This is the Quad in Plum. I kind of really like this one, but this one reminds me of the Pure Soul Mattes palette. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna put it on top of the Pure one and then we can decide later. And then this one is in the shade Rust, which you can tell I really, really like. And I'm gonna set that one aside as well because it reminds me a little bit of the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, which is next. Hello, Peanut Butter and Jelly. Look at this palette, you guys. I think it's been loved quite a bit. So let's see the Rust. Let's see how it compares. I don't know. What do we think? What do you think, guys? What do we think? I think I want to keep them both. Okay, you guys are totally judging me, but we're gonna keep them. And then I have this like build your own or build your own buxom palette. I did this when my friend Sam came to visit, and you can tell like I literally just swatched it, but I haven't really used it. So I have to give it a shot before I pass it on. And then I have my two favorite Wet n Wild palettes. The Vanity palette, which I don't think you guys can find anymore unless you're really, really lucky. It's one of the best drugstore neutral palettes in the whole universe. It has 3 mattes and 3 shimmer shadows. Love it. And then Comfort Zone. Have you guys ever heard of Comfort Zone from Wet n Wild? If you don't, you guys are missing out on life. You need this palette. And I think it's like $4 or something. And then the last two in this little cubby section are 2 Toledo palettes. And these were a gift from my mom. She had like this amazing chartreuse like lime green eyeshadow one day. And I was like, Mom, what are you wearing? She's like, oh, it's the MAC Toledo collection. And so I raved about it so much that she sent me her 2 palettes, which are limited edition. So when she was wearing it, obviously it wasn't around anymore. She was like, oh, you can have it. I was like, oh, you're gonna give me your limited edition palettes? Like, this is major. Like, this is like a mother's love. This is a real mother's love. Okay, so it's time to get cutthroat on the neutrals palette. So I told you guys that the Quad in Plum was very similar to the Soul Mattes palette from Pure Minerals. What do we think? It really is, right? I mean, if we look at the dark plum right there, and then these 2 pinks, and then the pale pink up here, like it's literally the same. And this one's brand new, like it's never been used, swatched, or anything. So this could definitely find a really loving home. So again, that's Plum from Kat Von D, and then Pure Minerals Soul Mattes palette. The Shan XO palette, I think I'm gonna pass it on just for the simple reason that it is a limited edition product, and I can't really feature it in too much of my stuff. Not to mention that her colors, I think her palette did so well because the colors are really recognizable. You know, they're colors that you would reach for all the time, and they're colors that I have in here already, probably like 4 times over. So being a fan probably is not a good reason. Is it though? I think it is. So then we have the Smashbox Mattes whatever palette, the Too Faced Natural Mattes palette, the Gorgeous Cosmetics, oh god, this palette's amazing, Gorgeous Cosmetics Ever Matte palette. This is called the Ever Matte. And then the Naked Ultimate Basics. I feel like as a vlogger, it's my obligation to just keep the Ultimate Basics, but honestly, I don't want to. Don't tell me how to live my life. And then out of these, I honestly feel like this would be ideal for travel. I mean, it's not like I'm all, crazy traveling all over the world, but can we talk about this? Doesn't it look like it would be really great for travel because it's just so perfect? But then again, is it? It doesn't have that like really warm peanut buttery transition color that I use for everything. All right, that told me everything I needed to know. And then between these two, I feel like one has black and one doesn't. So I think I need to keep both. And you know what? This is gonna sound kind of silly, but I wanna keep the Natural Mattes palette because it's one of Sam's favorite palettes ever. And when she comes to visit, she doesn't pack makeup except for foundation and concealer. And then she uses everything else here. And this is one of her favorites. Oh no, but so is this. This is legit her like favorite palette of life. Okay, I can't toss that. So I'm gonna keep it just for Sam. Aw, isn't that sweet? That's how much I love my bestie. I'm gonna hoard more makeup for my friend Sam. It's literally one of her like top 3 favorite palettes. And then moving on to the Big Daddy, this one here, which is what you see all the time behind me when I'm filming. We have a, is this gonna bother you guys? I'm pretty sure it's gonna bother you, isn't it? Okay, so I'll just have to open and close. The Too Faced Love Sephora 15-year anniversary. It's a limited edition palette. I love this palette. Like, it is well loved, but I don't use it anymore. Like, isn't that really sweet? It's just one of those like nostalgic products for me. I'm gonna pass it on actually. It's one of the nostalgic products for me because I actually got it to do a review on my channel when I had like 4 subscribers. Lily is actually a really good friend of mine now, but she was one of my very first subscribers. I think she was like my 3rd subscriber ever, and that's how she found me. So it's kind of a really special palette for me. Then we have the Naked Smoky palette. I've never used this, you guys. I actually bought it when it was like $20 or something. Ulta had a promotion where it was like $20 and I bought it and I was like, yeah, finally get that palette, because I wasn't gonna pay 50 bucks for it. And now that I have it, I don't use it. But I'm thinking about doing like a really deep charcoaly navy smoky eye. Tartiste Pro. This would be one of my favorites if the Tartelette in Bloom wasn't so high up there, because it's kind of similar to it. But the Tartelette in Bloom, and I get asked this question a lot, which one's better, Tartelette in Bloom or Tartiste Pro? Definitely this one, because the shimmer shadows in here, they make you feel things. They give you the feels, you guys. Makeup that gives you the feels, just saying. Then I have the Stardust palette and the makeup, what is it? The Power of Makeup palette. These are collaboration palettes from Too Faced. This is from Vegas Nay and then from Nikki Tutorials. So let's open these up. Okay, I already know I'm passing that one on. Oh, this one's really good, but it kind of reminds me of a few of my favorite things. These two are very similar, super, super similar. So yeah, those are very similar. So I'm gonna pass this one on. I actually did a review on it. It's such a good palette, but when you have similar colors, like, you gotta stop with it, Dani. This is the Vegas Nay palette. Such stunning colors. I love how she totally covered sexiness and femininity in one palette. So I feel like Naomi did a really good job with her palette and kind of doing the perfect combination of like sexy and femininity, girly, all in one palette. But again, the colors aren't very unique, you know, to be a standalone palette when I have basically every other palette known to man in this in this area. We have my custom Coastal Scents Hot Pot palette. It's in a big giant extra large Z palette. These are hot pots from Coastal Scents. If you guys actually want those affordable, generic formula brand eyeshadows. So there's a lot of brands like Crown Brush, Morphe, Coastal Scents. They all use the same formula of eyeshadows. You're literally buying the same eyeshadows, but these are $1 each. When they go on sale, they're $1 each. They're so amazing. I love this palette. I wish I could use this palette more often, but I just like, I don't know, I get in my own head and I forget to use my custom palettes. This is the It Superhero palette. And why haven't I used this guy? This is actually a really nice palette. I recommended it, I think, in a 21 Days of Beauty video for Ulta. It's such a stunning palette, and the eyeshadows are like butter. Oh man, I kind of want to like wash my face and do another tutorial. That's how soft they are. But again, it's not one of those like super uber unique palettes. Now, if you were thinking, oh, you know what? I want a palette that's gonna kind of hold my hand through the process. This is one of those palettes that'll hold your hand, and I'll tell you why. So you guys see how the palette is structured? It's almost like they are 3 different quads. Albeit, you do whatever you want with your life and your makeup choices, so you use whatever you want, but it kind of simplifies it for you if you are lacking inspiration or if you want a little bit more guidance. Not to mention that you guys know that IT Cosmetics' priority is to use healthier ingredients and stuff that's better for the skin. And I also love that the 3 colors up here, they could be used for like brow bone highlighting or for brightening the inner corner or whatever, but you could also use them as like highlighters for the face or for setting the under eye. But I'm gonna pass this one on for the simple fact that, again, it's another neutrals palette. Then moving on to this bottom drawer. Let's see. Oh man, Dani, we got a lot to go because these drawers are crammed. They are crammed. Okay, we got the Fiona Styles Artist Eyeshadow Palette. I actually did a review on this palette. It was a partnership with the brand, and it was one of those partnerships that I'm so glad was presented to me because I probably otherwise wouldn't have found this palette on my own. It is such a stunning, 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 stunning palette. Love it. Too Faced chocolate bar. Oh, the chocolate bar. This is another one of those review videos on how so many of you guys found me because of my chocolate bar video. So definitely holding on to that one. This is the Violet Voss Pro Holy Grail palette. I was sure I was gonna pass this on, and then when I opened it, my heart skipped a beat a little bit and I remembered how much I like this. So Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. Honestly, I can't keep up with Violet Voss anymore. I don't know what they're up to. because I feel like there's always like a new palette in the works, and then I get flustered and nervous and I can't. I'm just like, oh, should I even try? Should I even try and keep up? I don't think so. All right, now let's see a couple of more tint types. And I put it in front of me, by the way. Like I put the Holy Grail palette in front of me just so I could think about it. This is the Chocolate Bonbons. This is one of those palettes where I was such a judgy jerk about. I was like, oh, look at the heart shapes. It's so jovial. I'm not gonna like it. It's ugly. It's tacky. Da 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 da. And then I used it and I was like, oh, please forgive me. I'll never speak in vain ever again. It's sacrilegious. It's a great palette. Sweet Peach palette. I mean, the hype it gets is because it deserves the hype. Then, I'm not even gonna go into detail about the Naked palettes because I keep them, and every round of cleanup that I do, I keep them. And every time that I talk about Naked palettes, decluttering, I always keep them. Even though I use one of them, I always keep them. These are Holy Grail palettes. These are cult items. They're collectibles almost. And my favorite one is the Urban Decay Naked, the original. That's like the one. That when I was looking into, this is before YouTube, when I was looking into getting a Naked palette, I got the Naked 2. That was the one in the middle. That was the one I got. And I bought it and I did so much research and I fell in love with it and I never used it. I never felt inspired. I never went to grab it. I never went to use it. And I thought I made the biggest mistake of my life. So I saved up my money again. And I went and I bought the original Naked and then I used it like literally every single day. And I was like, that's where it is. So you guys need to like figure out what your Naked palette is. I feel like each of us has like our Naked palette. We may have all of them and we may like them, but which one is yours? You know what I'm saying? Like which one is you? Okay, so semi-sweet. Do I really need all these chocolate bar palettes? This is the semi-sweet, which is where peanut butter was born, and that's one of my favorite shadows of all time, so obvious reasons. And then Lorac. Oh, Lorac. Hey, we're almost done actually. We're doing this pretty fast. This is exciting. Okay, so these are my Lorac, and then these are the Gwen Stefani ones, but one of them's a face palette, so we're not gonna get into that one. This is the face palette, and then this is the eyeshadow palette. You guys, you saw my video on Gwen Stefani and all of her collection. Like, do you really think I'm gonna get rid of that palette? Let's be honest, no. Okay, so I have 3 Lorac palettes and then I have one from Zoeva, and this is the Cocoa Blend palette, which needs to come to the US, and all of you need to buy it. It's an amazing palette. Amazing, you guys, like, amazing. Can we talk about this? Like, do you see that? Look at that color. Look at this one. The one that you wouldn't even swatch for purposes of a video because you're like, oh, it's gonna suck. A matte vanilla. Can we talk? Look at that. Isn't that insane? That's how soft these shadows are, but they're not soft like yucky soft. Like for animals like me that make a really big mess with yucky shadows. Oh, this camera makes my makeup look horrendous. So Zoeva Cocoa Blend. I need like every Zoeva palette of life. Just saying. Okay, then the Lorac Pro and the Lorac Pro, oh, what is this one called? Lorac Pro Nudes? 3? 3. Lorac Pro 2. There's the 2 and the 3. The 2 I didn't like. The 2 almost pissed me off. Like, I have a video on my channel where I review it and I'm almost angry in that video. I was like, okay, Dani, it's just makeup. Calm down, lady. So this is the Lorac Pro and then the Lorac Pro 3. Kind of digging these. The top one is absolutely my favorite, the Lorac Pro 3. The bottom one is a cult product, and that's another palette that I keep for the same reasons as the Naked palettes. So I may kind of forget to use it from time to time, but I do use it, and I do feel like if I ever did like a series of tutorials using a cult palette, this would be a great start because everyone knows about the Lorac Pro palettes, right? And then we have the Lorac Unzip palette. You guys, keeping this would be a joke. Like, I literally never use it. And all of these colors are so similar that they all kind of just blend together on my vanilla face. So we're definitely passing that one on. And then this one, oh, I don't even know. What should I do? This is the Violet Voss palette. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on the Violet Voss palette. It's a great palette and I like the quality, but it reminds me a lot of the formulas of the Coastal Scents palettes. So I don't need that many of these, you know what I'm saying? And it's, I don't know, I feel like it's a really good, I feel like it would be a really good palette for someone to use. Someone that doesn't have this much stuff. It would be a really great palette for them because they kind of have everything in one little really beautiful, nice, compact, slim palette. I feel like someone could give it a better home and more love and attention than I could. Is that weird that I'm totally like giving a life to my palettes? Like if they were like if they were people. So I think that's it, guys. I think we covered all palettes. Can you believe that those are the only palettes I have? I know that sounds ridiculous, like only palettes, because I mean there's quite a bit, but you probably thought there was more, right? Or didn't you? Oh, I hope you did. I hope you did think that I had more, and then you're like pleasantly surprised at how little I have. Like that's what I secretly hope. Are you judging me? You guys, that was exhausting. I don't know if it was a combination of sitting on the ground or making such cutthroat decisions about makeup, but it doesn't look as empty as I expected it to. But I think it's because I moved my Vice collection. You see the Vice palettes are there now instead of that like empty little sad corner over there now. So I feel like once we get into blushes, highlighters, and bronzers, which is this area here, like this Tetris right here. You guys know that was my favorite Tetris shape. Like the 4 blocks, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. That was my favorite Tetris shape. Anyway, so I think it'll feel a little bit more breathable. But one of you guys mentioned in a previous declutter, you said, Dani, you didn't give me the satisfaction of seeing how much stuff you got rid of. Like, I need to see the pile. So you guys want to see the pile? I don't think it's that massive because it's palettes. You know what I mean? So I didn't get rid of that many, but these are all the palettes that are finding a new home. Actually, that looks like quite a bit, right guys? So these are the palettes that are gonna find a new home. I hope they're not broken. Oh no! I knew I was flirting with danger, you guys. Luckily for me, I have a carpeted floor beneath me, so usually... Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, so I've already done 3 declutters. I will link them in the description box below. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm thinking something that will not cause me so much emotional pain. I don't think I'm ready for blushes yet. I don't think I've emotionally reached that point yet. Maybe we'll do like pigments, pressed pigments, individual eyeshadows, glitters, or maybe bronzers and highlighters. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, how about lip liners? Lip liners, that video would be like 72 hours long. That's all right, since when have I ever been opposed to an hour-long video? Anyway. All right, guys. All the info you need to know is in the description box below. I love you so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye, guys.